Hello, beautiful humans, and welcome to video 2 of Physical Wellbeing. We explored the art of presence as our first physical wellbeing activity. Our second one is all about our patterns. I'm going to get you on your feet for this one. So wherever you are, make sure you've got some space to do this one. So I'm just in some comfy clothes. And we're going to do some really physical based activities based on our industry and based on the ways that we hold ourselves. So our patterns and the way we hold ourselves are really important to be aware of. Every single person will have a unique pattern in their body, not only based on their career, but based on your life and everything you've experienced. Because everything we hold in our physical body is through emotion, through our energy, through what we're holding mentally, and we're going to explore those deeper. But on a very practical level, on a very physical level, our patterns dictate how we hold ourselves, and how we hold ourselves through life is really, really important. So first things first, I want you on your feet, and I just want you to close down your eyes. And I just want you to just land in your body here, just however you're landing. I don't want you to force yourself in a position. I want you to notice what's happening. What pattern is your body holding? I can notice now at the moment that my knees are locked, which is the pattern my body holds. Then what happens is my pelvis tilts forward. I slump my shoulders through the back. And I've got this weird tilt going on. And that actual position makes me feel quite tired. So I want you to notice how you're holding yourself. Just for a moment here. Now I want you to bring your arms up like you would be behind the chair, like you're cutting someone's hair. And I want you to notice how that shape changes, or whether there's any pain in your body, how you're holding. What sensations are happening, bringing in that presence. Now bringing those arms down. I want you to feel your feet. I want you to feel your feet, maybe move them a bit. You can shake your body a little. I want you to feel your toes, and then I want you to bring a bend in those knees. And I want you to notice what difference just the bending of the knees makes. And then once you've bent your knees, I want you to sway a little. This is a very somatic, soma meaning body, practice that allows you to come into your body really simply. And I want you to bring your hips in a little bit. I want you to notice what's going on with your hips. If at any point during your day you start to feel disconnected from your legs, which is so easy to do, and I'm going to show you how in a minute. I want you to bring your arms up. And I want you to notice if you lock your legs out nearly straight away. So from this position, wherever you cut hair from, wherever you colour from, whatever your holding pattern is, because this is what we do, our bodies physically hold. So arms up. I want you to bend those knees and bring in those hips. And I want you to soften those shoulders. This is really a body awareness exercise of becoming more attuned to you. Becoming more aware of the sensations that are unfolding. So you can bring your arms down. You might need to shake your hands out because we hold a lot through our hands. We've got our heart meridian line that connects through our hands and goes straight into the heart. And this is exactly what's going on the crown of people, which we're going to explore in a deeper segment of our wellbeing. But I just want you to feel your hips, feel your knees and feel your feet. So at any time during the day where you start to feel overwhelmed or disconnected from your body, if it's one thing, like one thing you can remember and start to do to bring more physical presence, but also to become aware of your own holding patterns. Bend your knees, sway your hips. Bend your knees, sway your hips. And what this actually does, it reconfirms to the body in a loop that you're actually with yourself. Because when we're touching the other, and when we're holding in a position for a long period of time, what actually happens is we merge with the other. So these particular embodiment practices are really about coming back to you, coming back to yourself. So being able to bend your knees. Another thing that you can do in between clients that is a really practical, easy, simple, it's a little bit of exercise, but it's not strenuous, but it will bring a little pep into your step, is you can actually do a wall sit. So when we actually activate our glutes, what happens is we're activating this lower half of our body. And to be in our body, we need to be from our hips down. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a wall sit. So you can bend those knees, notice what's going on, notice what's going on in your legs. Maybe they're just a little bit flat still. And then I want you to come to a wall. And we're just going to sit down into a wall sit. And I want you to start to feel those quads activate. I want you to breathe. You can do this for 30 seconds between each client. And the reason that this is important is because we're bringing a fire to the body, to the lower half of the body. When we're so much in our heart-serving mental plane, we need to be able to bring ourselves back into our physical form, into our physical body. It's why movement and exercise practices are so important, around your career and around your day, but so is the little patterns during your day. When you can start to, you can stand up now, when you start to notice your holding patterns during your day, what actually happens is you start to just become more aware of yourself. You will pick up on pain in your body. You will pick up on the ways in which you hold. And when you start to notice where you hold more, you'll actually be able to revert a lot of the patterns that are playing out for you. And the reason that this is vital, I believe, is when we're doing something for an extended period of time, like if we're behind the chair for 8 to 10 hours a day, we can't really reverse that pattern for 8 to 10 hours. And that can be challenging in many forms, but the reason that this is important is to bring in the simplicity of how we can become more conscious of ourselves, of our behaviours, of the ways that we interact with life, but first and foremost our body. This disassociation that happens is because the way we serve in the industry and the way that we are is really about connecting to another. But if you're spending all day only connecting to another, we're not actually having that reverse engineering, and we need these simple ways that we can come back to self, come back to self, come back to self. So the reason that I believe a wall sit between each client, it reactivates your body so you can actually serve and show up for your next client in a really clean and clear way. So you're bringing your body with you rather than leaving it behind. And burnout happens so often because people's bodies are with them. And so when we're exploring physical well-being, we've got presence, we've got patterns, and we're going to be exploring that third pillar in the next segment of this week. So please support yourself with starting to understand your patterns, write them down, start to notice where you hold in particular muscles in your body, and start to notice the ways in which you're carrying a load that you can actually start to soften and break down a little. I hope that supported you, and I'll see you in video 3.